Last week that I went to the market, I heard a story that honestly left me traumatized, and I felt I should share it here with my beautiful community because somebody may truly need awareness, because the woman sharing the story was sharing it to create awareness. You understand? So, according to her, she and her husband were newly married and had recently moved into the beautiful house they built for themselves. She had also just welcomed her first child. Then, living with them was her young nephew, a little boy who she genuinely loved and cared for like her own. Now, they also had an apprentice staying with them through the Igbo apprentice system, what many of us know as Nwa boy. You understand? For those who may not understand, this is when a family sends their son to stay with someone to learn a business or a trade for some years. After the agreed years, the master settles the boy financially so he can start his own business. Some even help them rent a shop and support them until they can stand on their own. That was exactly the arrangement. So the apprentice that was living with them was around 17 or 18 years. He had been living with them for months because they lived in a duplex, the boys' quarters, and he stayed at the boys' quarters. And because they felt he might feel lonely staying there alone, so the wife suggested that her little nephew should sleep there with him so they could keep each other company. To them, it was an excellent idea. Nothing suspicious. Everything looked normal until one evening, their neighbor from the opposite side building called the husband and said he needed to show him something urgent so that he would know what has been going on in his house. So the husband was like, he told the wife said, don't want to tell him, invite him to come over. So the husband said, okay, agreed, and the husband invited the neighbor to come over to his house. So the neighbor came over forwarded a video to him on WhatsApp and asked him to watch it, then quietly went back to his house so that he would know what had been happening in his house. That was what the neighbor said and left. Now the man opened the video. Guess what? What this man saw nearly shattered. That is the husband. So the Nwa boy, that is the apprentice they brought from the village, and the little nephew had been sleeping together, like they had been secretly engaging in an inappropriate sexual act behind their backs every night, and inside their compound for months. Now the woman said what terrified her the was most that nobody ever suspected anything. Those two were always quarreling. They are always arguing. They were never peaceful together. Sometimes she even punished both of them because of the constant fight. And so there was absolutely no reason for anybody to imagine that behind those fights something completely different was happening every single night. It was their neighbor who happened to notice them outside one day in the backyard one night and secretly recorded it. That was how the truth came out. The woman said when her husband was telling her about the video that she didn't even want to watch it. Like, she became weak immediately. She had just recently given birth. She said if not for God, the shock alone would have made her collapse or cause serious health issues, because she never imagined that something like that would be happening right under her roof without her knowing. And the little nephew was still a very young child, around 8 to 10 years old. She kept saying with pain that how much she loved that boy. From the way she was talking, you could hear the heartbreak in her voice. She truly cared for him. She wasn't harsh to him. She treated him with love. That was what made it even more painful, because she kept wondering within herself, how did all this happen without me noticing? The husband now confronted this apprentice. So when the husband confronted the Nwa boy, according to her, the boy was blabbing rubbish. In fact, he said that the boy was saying all kind of things and even mentioned a reverend father in their parish in the village. He said the father told him there was nothing wrong with the act. He didn't even see that. In fact, in summary, he didn't even see that what he was doing was wrong, and that made the husband even more angry. That the husband told him that first thing tomorrow morning, pack your things, you're leaving my house. So he quietly returned him to his parents. Even when the husband brought the apprentice, the Nwa boy, home and narrated what happened to them, to the parents, his parents weren't even surprised at what their son did at all. Instead, they told him he should take him back, forgive him and take him back, that he would not do it again. The husband angrily left the house, and she also quietly returned her nephew to his parents. Honestly, after hearing this story at the market, I couldn't just keep quiet. That's why I decided to share. My beautiful community, parents, guidance, please be very careful, be very watchful, be prayerful. This is not the time to relax. So not everyone you bring into your home should have unrestricted access to your children, even to your closest family. Pay attention, observe what is happening around you, ask questions, know what your children are doing, create an environment where they feel free to talk to you openly. Monitor their tablets, their phone, check their phones once in a while, visit their schools, talk to their teachers, know what is happening in their lives, and if possible, install CCTV camera around strategic places in your home. Not because you want to live in fear, but because sometimes the things happening behind closed doors are not obvious until it is too late. A friend of mine once also shared how a house help they brought into their home was secretly using one of the children's tablets to watch pornography on YouTube. If she had not been observant, she might never have found out on time. The truth is, the world is changing fast, and many things are happening these days that we never imagined. Please keep praying over your children, keep asking questions, stay observant, stay informed, do the best you can as a parent or guardian, and commit the rest into God's hands. May God continue to protect our homes, may God protect our children, may God give every parent wisdom and discernment in these things. Thank you so much for watching and engaging, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you and bye.
you. You are an overcomer. Say, I am an overcomer.
I am an overcomer.
Akumiro.